Topic for this week's Bible study is holy patience. Holy patience is, first of all, not mere laziness or a lack of care or passion. Neither is it stoic indifference. Uh, it's stoic indifference is not patience because it lacks concern for the world and is only concerned about our reaction to it. Buddhist reflection also fails to be patience because it denies reality itself and ultimately a proper response to the world around us. There are three main sources of typical impatience. The first is either an overestimation of either a good or an evil. So we can place a relative good above its place and then be frustrated when it's not realized. And likewise, we can do the same thing with an evil, be overly focused on it and making enduring it a greater burden than it actually is. Another major way that we can suffer from impatience is what's what could be called illegitimate sovereignty of self. We see our goals as the most important thing without thought to others. We take offense at waiting, period. We don't want to wait. we, we don't want to consider others. We just want what we want now. And closely related to this is, thirdly, denial of creatureliness. We live in a state of insisting on supremacy over the universe itself. We deny the requirement of time between our desire and its fulfillment, which is a reality for human activity. And instead, we demand godlike power of immediate fulfillment. Having said all this, holy patience maintains a deep yearning for true goods to be realized, but it always keeps in mind God's sovereignty, not my will, but your will be done. Patience respects the relative value of goods. It's not a slave to the immediate. It involves the art of waiting and always asks the relative value of the current goal that we have set before ourselves and whether or not that current response is correct, knowing that any aim can give be given extra weight to a chosen goal simply because it has been chosen, right? So we put a focus on some course of action, and that immediately uh, runs the risk of giving it a weight that is not true to the actual cause. So it's always important that we reflect on that. True patience never pursues limited goals inordinately. We must always be open to God and His demands on us, no matter how high the goal we might be seeking, how good it is. We always need to acknowledge that God is Lord not only of us, but also Lord over time. True patience requires a passion for the good, but at the same time holds the truth that it is not we, but God alone who determines the proper day or hour of even the highest goods to be realized. It also frees us from natural zeal. We can learn not only the desire to see God's kingdom come, but that we can wait and trust God to act. This is true even after God reveals His will to us. If we still can leave the timing to Him. Holy patience, therefore, is an act of surrender to God in the arena of time. We allow His will to unfold and emphatically allow Him to act. It is also, and finally, the fruit of faith, hope, and love lived out in the dimension of time. And we'll see that in 1 Corinthians 13, verses 4 to 7. So that's just a brief overview of the content for this week's lesson. Hope to see many of you on Thursday night at 7.